of you are looking for jobs in what economists say over the past 5 or 6 years has been the toughest job market since the Great Depression. Your generation faces the greatest wealth disparities since before World War II. There are real questions about whether the systems of our democracy are in the position to solve our biggest problems and address the public interest. Other generations have had it hard, and you've had advantages. You haven't had to face a draft. You got a cool phone. It's like Star Trek. It's like way better than Star Trek because they didn't have like Angry Birds. The point here isn't to spark comparison about whether you have faced relatively more blessings or relatively more challenges than others. But the generations before you, the point here is that it is up to you to deal with those challenges. I want to offer a few thoughts and questions about coming to grips with that. And that includes rethinking some of our fundamental assumptions. This commencement is not a pity party. I am here to call you to service. First, how we define success matters. Do we measure it materially, externally, by our houses, our cars, our consumer electronics, the distance of our vacations? Or more from within, in core purpose? An over-reliance on certain measures of success can mess up a person, can mess up a country, can encourage folks to ring up unsustainable debt so that life looks good to the neighbors, can encourage banks to depart from a mission of smart capital access and to over-define their mission as strictly the pursuit of profit. Even if greed were good, greed is not enough. None of us reach much success alone, and we need not define success limited to what we do by ourselves. I attended a thank you party for politicians who had run for office in 2010 and lost. And I was asked to say something at what amounted to a political wake. And I said, none of us in this room will be George Washington. None of us will be Indira Gandhi. If we define our success by the station that we reach, we can't win. But if we define success by the movements in which we participate, in what we stand for, in what we work towards, we can't lose. We're supposed to give advice. This assumes that I know more than I do. But here's what I think. My advice for how we might get unscrewed. Work hard. Define success more meaningfully. Work together. You can't do anything you want, but you can do more than you think. Find what you care about, what you can do, what you can get good at, and do that. Don't just think about what already exists. Think about what doesn't, and do that. Don't just choose between your creative brain and your logical brain. The future belongs to those who can use their whole brain. Not just being tools of machines or raging against machines, but building new machines. And consider not only how to serve yourself, but how to serve. We need you. After taking so many tests over the past several years, you have some more important questions to answer going forward as I close. What will you do? If it takes 10,000 hours to get really good at something, what is worth your 10,000 hours? What will be success for you? Not just what you can get, but what you can accomplish. How might you find things that are worth fighting for? What can we create? Not just by and for ourselves, but together. How can you and how will you help get us unscrewed? Can you be the next greatest generation? When historians are writing about the 21st century, what will they write about? And what will they write about you? History has time for a sentence. What will your sentence be? What will your sentence be? What will your sentence be? Go Ducks. Thank you.